Yo, aloha, hello everyone. We're back for another live stream of qualifying. Welcome everyone. Hope you're all well. Let's just wait until people get in the chat. People coming in, slowly but surely. Hi Zane, hi Martin, hi driver name. Come on, where's everyone else? Hi Charlie, Hannah, obviously, Sebastian, Swed, Gangster Bird, Prathamesh, Watermelon, OK, Red Bull, Racing Rules, Rafi, Vatsal, PRYXE, Mad Plane Spotting, Alexander, Jalen Cummings, 2.0 William, Marius, Leo, MNTRX. Hello everyone. Hope you're all well. So I've just got to close the door because I can hear Hannah listening to the stream. There we go. Right, how are we all doing, everyone? Are we good? Are we good? How are we enjoying this? In the UK, it's steaming at the minute. It's boiling hot. Hang on, let me just check on my phone what the current temperature is. And yes, the qualifying does start at in 18 minutes. It starts at 2 o'clock UK time. What's the temperature here at the moment? It's 31 at the moment. It's going to get a little bit hotter later on. British infrastructure is not built for heat, okay? If you're in a part of the world that's used to 30 degrees, then things are built for it. But in the UK, buildings are built to keep the heat in, so it is boiling. Hello, Taylor, Falcon Slayer, Blade Rise. Who else? Who else is new in the chat? Gilback, Rono, Attila, Raising Wildings. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So, well, there's a lot to go for actually before we actually start this today, isn't there? We've got again about 17 minutes to go through what's been happening. So, obviously we're back at Silverstone, which it's cool. Okay, fine, 2 in a row. Silverstone's a good track. The race actually last week was, in its majority, quite but then obviously it went mad at the end, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But then we've got Racing Point. Now, I've done. There's a really good Chain Bear video actually talking about the Racing Point situation. So if you don't really understand it, that's the best video that I've seen that's really explained the situation. So Chain Bear F1, give his video a watch at some point if you really want to understand. It's like a 6-minute video, but he explains it really well. Do you think, let me know in the chat, if you think Racing Point got, if the punishment fits the crime, if you're happy with the punishment, type yes. If you're not happy with the punishment and you think they deserve more punishment, type no. I'll be interested to see what people are saying. Because obviously a lot of the teams now have jumped on the back of them and are having a pop and saying that, we're seeing some no's coming in, that they're not happy with the ruling. So I think watch the Chain Bear video because he does explain it really well. And it leaves me thinking probably edging on the side of yes, all things considered, because basically the reason that they've allowed Racing Point to retain those rear brake ducts that were illegal is because of the FIA admitting that it wasn't clear in the ruling, and to ask Racing Point to redesign those brake ducts at such short notice, and again they can't forget the knowledge, because basically the crux of it, what we're saying, there's definitely more no's than yes. So you're not putting any punches, you lot. Fair play. No, I understand it. That's the thing. It's difficult because basically the brake ducts were listed parts in 2019. So Racing Point just used the Mercedes ones, but then they became not listed parts for 2020. So not listed parts you have to design yourself. Listed parts you can just buy from other teams. And so because that changed, obviously Racing Point already had the 2019 Mercedes brake ducts legally and used them legally last year. But obviously they've taken essentially the 2019 Mercedes rear brake ducts and just put them straight on the 2020 car, whereas the 2020 front brake ducts were more of an evolution of last year's design. If you kind of understand what I mean. There is a bit of grey area there. I will give Racing Point that due. But all in all, obviously, it's not a great look for the sport when there's too much copying. But obviously everyone does it, so it's a difficult one, isn't it? Look, ultimately, we only know what we're told. We don't actually know the full fleshed out nature of everything that's gone on and all the fine little details. So, yeah. But anyway. Yeah, because they've got, was it 15 points? No. Yeah, 15 points deducted from a constructor's point of view. Nothing deducted from a driver's point of view, which I think is kind of fair. And look, ultimately, rear brake ducts are not solely the thing that's taken that Racing Point from being kind of bottom of the mid-table to all of a sudden challenging right at the top. You know, they've obviously developed a very good car in a lot of different ways. So, bit of a cop-out. Yeah, I get it. It's a tricky one. But anyway. Predictions. So we've got about 13 minutes till qualifying. Obviously, we've had free practice. Sebastian's had issues once again. Seb cannot catch a break, man. Like, as much as I've been critical of Seb's performances, he's been so unlucky when it comes to like just the car. Yes, obviously he did hit a curb himself, which looks like what's caused the issue. But still, people hit those curbs all the time and don't have it rip a big hole in the bottom of their car. So, yeah, I do feel for Seb. Freddie, thank you, mate. I'm very good, thank you. How are you? Well, let's have a few comments before I show you my predictions, which I will show you. James Lando for pole. Josh Teal, I do think the point deduction is fair, but I'm curious why Renault is protesting again. I think they're just protesting again because they don't think the punishment fits the crime. They don't think the punishment is harsh enough. So yeah. But I retweeted earlier, Racing Point in their first year of operating made £116 million loss, or dollars. I think it was pound. 116. It's a lot of money. I've got cider today. No martini today, I'm afraid. It was in Tesco, but it wasn't. It was like £9.50 or something like that, where before it's been like £7. So I'm not wasting £2.50. You can buy 2 sausage rolls from Greggs for that, and have 50p spare. Russell to points, Kimi points, Hulkenberg pole, Hamilton wins, guys. Right, Guy Aldridge, good to see you, pal. You're always the most generous person. Please don't give me any money this stream. You don't need to. Bottas needs this pole. Agreed. Seb podium. That'd be amazing. Would love to see that. No martini lumberjack. Not this week. Again, we're going with. You know when you pick up a glass and the coaster sticks to the bottom of it. Do you want to see? Do you want to see this coaster? So. We got I will show you my predictions in a minute. We've got like 10 minutes. I might as well just have a little chat. So me and Hannah were travelling end of 2018, and we were in Australia and we went to Melbourne. Well, I've got family in Melbourne, so we were there for about a month, and we went to this cool little kind of boutique shop, and they were selling these coasters. And unfortunately, a drink got spilt on this, so it's kind of delaminated a little bit, but it's still. I don't think Kim would be too impressed if it's cool, isn't it? And Hannah's got one with Queen Lizzie in a similar kind of. I can't even remember what she's wearing in that one, but yeah, some nice little posters. Oh, thank you to Ebon for the 100. What is that unit of currency? I have no idea. Make Porsche Rocket F1 livery, please. I mean, I might do a Porsche one. Well, I like to try and keep the livery videos like, if there's something announced, like the Golf with McLaren, I'll do that, but I'll definitely keep that in mind. Oh, is the stream lagging? You know what? I'm going to stick a BRB on and just open this door again because it makes the stream lag. So, be right back, everyone. 2 seconds. That's so weird, man. And people can still hear you. You're screeching. Right. Okay. Sorry, everyone. We're back. Okay. So we still got loads of time. Stream's still lagging a bit. I've opened yeah. I need to upgrade our BT actually at some point because we're not on the. I can afford to pay for the faster speed, and I need to just do it. But anyway. What's everyone saying in the chat? What are we all saying? Hulkenberg podium. Magnussen P6. Is it still laggy? It's weird because in my YouTube studio it's saying excellent connection, but clearly it's not an excellent connection. So I don't really know if there's anything more I can do. We're just going to have to tolerate the lagginess, I'm afraid, people. I'm very sorry. Not ideal, but there we go. Tom Bystander, thank you for the $2, mate. Will we ever have a decent American driver? Well, funny you say that. Logan Sargent won the F3 race, didn't he? And he's from Florida, I think. I believe he's a Floridian. I'm sure that's not what they're called, but but there you go. Albon P3, that would be amazing. I'd love to see that. Right, anyway, let's look at my predictions. So, here we go. Top 3. Look, again, I'm going with realistic predictions here, and I think Max has got pace. I think he could split the Mercedes. Valtteri's either going P1 or he's well off Lewis. He doesn't tend to be close and just behind Lewis. He either just about edges him or is quite a bit off. I'm saying Max to split the Mercedes. Look, it's probably wishful thinking. The likelihood is it's going to be a Mercedes 1-2. But I'm saying this. Biggest surprise, obviously, Daniel Ricciardo. And he's talked a bit about saying, this is a good chance for P3. He believes in the pace of that Renault. So that could be a turn up for the books. And then the McLarens. I mean, Lando set a good time in practice 3, but I think Lando's had the measure of Carlos this year. Genuinely had the measure of him, both in race and in quality. So I'm saying that Carlos is going to be a bit of a letdown and be a bit lower than. A bit lower than you'd expect. But that's what I'm saying anyway. What's everyone else saying? What we saying? 1, 2, 3. Everyone, let me know in the comments. Number 1, number 2, number 3. What do you think? How do you think this is going to go? It's annoying that this is still lagging. Let me just I want to get this up on my on my old phone so I can watch me stream via my. Oh, look, there it is. Look, open my phone, boom, straight away. Oh, and that's just disappeared. Why has it disappeared? There we go. Okay, yeah, it is a bit. It's a bit choppy. It's not terrible, so it's fine. I can live with it. Arthur Lopez, hi Tommo, how are you doing, mate? I'm very good, mate. How are you, Arthur? Thank you for coming by. Thank you, 593 of you who are watching this stream currently. Now I'm just going to jump onto my live timing screen because once again, my boy Cranky of Yankee has hooked up the live timings. So once the session starts, these will start to populate. These will actually be more up to date than me, but you know, I had numerous requests for trying to implement live timings into the feed, and so this is it. So actually, say someone sets a time, I'll probably react to it like 30 seconds later just because of the delay on Now TV. Is what it is, but you know, we'll manage. I'm just trying to see actually on Streamlabs, and let's go back to my predictions. If there's anything it suggests. I'm not seeing much. I do have one idea actually. I do have an idea. 2 seconds. I'm going to try plugging this. This is like a signal booster. You alright? Yeah. Hello, Minton.
Yes, Daddy.
You can hear Hannah in the background, as always. But she never comes on stream. Don't you?
I'm a friggin' towel.
So I'm going to try and put this booster right next to where I am. Put that there. It probably won't make a blind bit difference, but never mind. Again, we've still got a few minutes, so you're not missing out on anything. We haven't started yet. Just doing my best to try and optimise this stream where I can. But yeah, I definitely need to have a word with BT. There we go. Right, let's keep this going. Probably won't make the blind bit of difference, but never mind. Wow, it's so laggy, man. This is the laggiest it's ever been. It's really strange. I don't know if there's anything I can do to like, because I'm not bothered about the resolution of the actual. I'm watching the actual quality here. I've got my laptop here. You're there. But there we go. Shame. Yeah, it is a shame. The lag. Shall I see if I can grab Minton? Minton! 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 I forgot. Sit. Stay. There we go. Here you go. Hello. Who's this? Who's that? Get a bit of Minton in before the stream starts. Well, the stream's already started, obviously. Why is it so laggy? But you tell me, mate. I ain't got a clue. I don't know why it's so laggy. But there you go. Minton is here. Very hot, aren't you, mate? We didn't take him for a walk yesterday because it was far too hot. Yeah, Hans just creeping at the door for some reason.
I'm just going to sort that out for you.
What's that?
I'm just going to move the internet closer.
I don't. It's fine. It probably needs a reset, but then obviously it will go down completely. So there you go. That was your little Minton coverage. It is really hot in here, man. But if I have the window open, then you just hear cars going by constantly. But there we go. It looks like we are about to start. It's still looking very warm in Silverstone. Very windy though. I wish it was as windy here so that we get a nice draft through, but unfortunately not. So there you go. This lag is getting on my nerves, man. But there you go. There's not much I can do. Turn 14 curb update. So what have they done to the? Is this the curb that? Okay. They've extended. Why have they done that? So you know at the end of Beckett's Chapel, where Stroll, Vettel, quite a few drivers were running wide quite consistently. They've now extended that curb so that they don't kick up as much dust. I mean, why? Like, I mean, I'm sure they would. If I had these earphones in, they'd probably tell me. But I don't really like having the earphones in. I like to be free and just not listen to anything. I'm sure they've probably told us why. But yeah. Will Judd's GP2 stream. Yep. I know. It is what it is, okay? It is what it is. I'm as annoyed about it as anyone else, but hopefully it will start to sort itself out in a minute. No one's left the pit garage as of yet, but qualifying is due to start pretty much any time now, so we're just waiting. Oh, yeah, here we go. We're getting the 5-second countdown. But never mind. Right, what are we saying in the chat? Brian Burroughs' quali is actually on in the US this weekend. Oh, so it's not usually on in the US. Didn't know that. Me, Joel. People kept dropping the wheel there and throwing up dust up when they were worried about the rejoin. The track was also messing up the tyres as well, putting up the dust. Yeah, I get that. I just think like it's more challenging for the drivers. So I'm cool with seeing that be more of an obstacle. But it's now they can just hello. Grosjean, Magnussen, P1 and 2, they're first out. The Haas are the first out. End the session. Oh, they haven't actually set a lap, so that actually wouldn't make a difference. Would it? If they ended the session now with no one setting a lap time, I wonder what they'd do. I don't know. Oh, Hulkenberg's now P1 for some reason. Anyway, what do we think Nico's going to do? Do we think Nico... I still think it's a tall order. Nico Hulkenberg reaching... Q3. I think that's a very tall order. But anyway, let's get to my live timing screen so you can all see what's going on. That works. The crop on that works nicely. So Marcus Ho, where will Albon finish? Oh, I don't even want to guess, man, to be honest. You all know how much I love Alex and I just want him to do well. I think so. I did a little feature on the Alternative Sport podcast, which is a really good one. You should check it out. And I shared it on my Twitter yesterday. And my kind of more out there shout would be Max P1, Lewis P2, Alex P3, just in terms of blind optimism. But there you go. Taylor Latifi Q2, big shout. Maybe. Good for Williams, man, if they do. Carl Eller, Hulk P2. That's a big shout, P2. Big shout, but maybe. The last sector for Ricardo was hella bad in FP3, was it? I didn't watch FP3 to be honest. I haven't put the highlights out either. So I saw the highlights of FP1 and FP2, but not FP3. So Russell points. That would be amazing. Things we'd love to see. That would be sick. Russell, possible Q3. I mean, Q3 is a huge shout. Vettel out Q2, that would be... I mean, he's had no luck again, has he? He's had no luck with his engine. But there you go. Oh, thank you, Alid, for the £2, mate. Muchos gracias. And Guy with the £2 as well. Thank you, buddy. You're far too kind to me, man. Ops on Nico's helmet, by the way. Don't moan at me, please. Wait, so you don't like it? I think Nico's helmet looks sick. I think that's the best looking helmet on the grid. Real talk. It looks amazing. I think they did a smashing job for it. Paul, 07 Reds. Tommo, you watching the Champions League tonight? No. I haven't been keeping up with the football at all. Look, I'm a West Ham fan, so I follow West Ham. But other than that, I'm not like... I'll watch it if it's on, and I'll watch the highlights. But I heard Sarri's got sacked from Juventus, hasn't he? And who's it? City beat... Who did City beat? Did they beat Madrid? I don't even know. I was actually, before this, I was meaning to watch the highlights of all the games from last night, but I just completely forgot. But there you go. Roman P1. I mean, yeah, Roman and Kev are the only two to have set times so far. So technically speaking, although Nico's put purple first and second sector, but again, we've got 13 minutes 50 seconds left on Q1. So loads of times for things to change up quite significantly. And yeah, as you can see from the live timings, George has gone P2 so far, beating the Roman's time. So there you go. Interesting. We'll see. Verstappen and Albon flip. I hope not. I really hope Red Bull pull it together, man. Because look, listen, and I would say if I had to pick a second team, I'd probably say Red Bull because I do like both the drivers. Obviously, Alex is like my boy, and I like Max. I wouldn't say I'm a fan of Max, but I like him. Like I like all the drivers, you know what I mean? But it would be nice to see them push the Mercedes a bit because we don't want to. No one wants to see Mercedes just walk away with it, but that's what it looks like is going to happen. So there you go. We're saying in qualifying like this, what Hulkenberg, Russell, Grosjean, Magnussen, and that's it. Giovinazzi, Antonio needs to step up, man. Antonio needs to step up because otherwise he's going to lose that seat. You've got a lot of strong Ferrari youngsters coming through. Schumacher, Armstrong, Schwartzman, Eilert. A lot of talent. Those four in particular, they're all in F2 and they're all Ferrari Driver Academy. And it's like, you know, the way that Charles came into Sauber and set that team alight. Was it Alpha? Had it already become Alfa Romeo when Charles joined? I can't remember. I think it wasn't for that first. It wasn't that first season, was it? Charles came in, set it alight, and Gio. Look, obviously you can critique the car. Kimi hasn't got a lot out of it either, but Antonio needs to do more. Otherwise, he's definitely going to lose that seat, which is a shame because he seems like a very likeable guy. But yeah, there's a lot of good talent. Alazy as well, Lumberjack. Yep, you're right. You're right. The young Alazy coming through. But yeah, Antonio needs to step up. We're still not seeing any times outside the ones you're seeing on screen at the minute. There's only been 6 drivers who have set to... Oh, make that 8. There we go. Lando's out on track, as is Seb. I think everyone's pretty much out on track now. Just trying not to get caught in any traffic. Just need to get a good lap time in early doors. So it's very hot today. Actually, how hot is it in Silverstone? Let me have a look. Silverstone. It's going good old reliable BBC weather. Silverstone, Northamptonshire. It's 27 there at the minute. God, it's practically Arctic there. It's 4 degrees hotter where I am. Yeah, 27 degrees in Silverstone at the moment. So there you go. So we're saying, yeah, look, Mercedes 1-2, obviously. Duh. Nico's only 0.04 behind Lewis. But you'd say a low 27 is good enough to get the boys through. So we still haven't seen times from Max, Alex, Carlos, Lance, Esteban or Daniel. Yeah, but one of them just set a time. Who set the time? I can't see. One of them has. Oh, Max has gone P1. There you go. I think Max is going to be up there with the Mercedes boys. I really do. Gasly. Now, listen, I want to talk a bit about Pierre, man. Pierre is a sick driver, but the fact that he struggled so much at Red Bull and the fact that Alex has struggled so much shows that there's no smoke without fire. I think Pierre needs to get away from the Red Bull family. I really do. I think he needs to be away from that toxicity, if you know what I mean, away from that situation. Because I think Gasly's a quality driver. He's still young. He's only like 20, I don't know how old he is, 25, 24. There's a long way to go for him. He's got a long career left, I think, in the sport. So it would be good to see him, get an opportunity with another team, a better team, arguably. Ooh, Alex hits the curb quite hard there. The new curb is definitely testing the limits. Don't do a Sebi, mate. Don't rip a hole in the bottom of your car. Oh God. But yeah, man. What we said was, let's have a look at the timing. So Lance, Esteban, Daniel, all still haven't set times yet. Max commenting on how windy it is. Pierre should replace Alonso at Renault in 2022. I think, yeah, I mean, I've heard that Esteban and Pierre don't really get along that well, but I don't think that should fundamentally, like, they went for Alonso, but I figured that, I think, yeah, Pierre at Renault, if they can just get them two to just kiss and make up, Pierre and Esteban at Renault, two French drivers, you know, Renault's like 40% owned by the French taxpayer. That would be a great little team to go forward. And again, they make their own engines, so that, you know, as a constructor, they've got strengths there. I think going forward, and obviously like they could use Alonso to kind of get him on the right path. But look, Alonso's not going to be able to race for years and years and years, is he? He's already 40. So I think that could be a great little opportunity. But there you go. Stroll's still set a time. Stroll's still not set a time. Now he has. Stroll goes P13. So again, the pace on, well, Stroll's a long way. Stroll's like a second off his teammate. Must have made a mistake in that lap. But yeah. Anyway. Mental, a 40-year-old is making an F1 comeback. It is crazy, isn't it? It is crazy. You know, we've still got a good almost 7 minutes left in the session, so plenty of time for more. Grosjean sets a good time. That's P11. Ricardo. There we go. Vettel's coming round now. Still no mission winner on the Ferrari, which I find very interesting. That we still haven't seen that. Again, I feel like the FIA have been like, actually, what are you actually promoting? Because it's not like they're actively promoting any brand that isn't just cigarettes. Like, they're not directly promoting it, but like McLaren with their Better Tomorrow, at least they've got like Velo and stuff like that. An incident involving Ocon and Russell will be investigated after the session. Oops. Good lap by Hulk. Yeah, I mean, Nico's quality lap, man. P4. Here we see a replay of George Russell and Esteban Ocon having a bit of an ish. What's going on here? So, investigated after the session. So Russell's gone past Esteban, but Esteban was being held up by someone in front of him. Ocon just massively got in my way, mate. That was mega dangerous. Mega. George, I thought better of you to use a word like mega. Okay. I'm not talking about Alex. I refuse. He'll be fine, okay? He'll be fine. It's all good, alright? Everyone relax. Everyone relax, okay? It's fine. He's got loads of time. He's got 5 minutes. It's loads of time. Think what you can do in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? You can do about 14 million laps of this track. Easy. Such an Aussie word, mega. Yeah, just get Alex out now. Release him in a nice clear bit of air. He'll set a nice, comfortable time. Bosh, job done. Move on. Yeah, so Russell's the guy actually who's keeping Alex in 16th at the minute. So it will be, yeah, pretty much everyone's in. Renault have got the old NHS shout outs. Rate that. Hello everyone. Kai, ever considered screen sharing the GP? Mate, I can't. If I did that, I'd just get my channel banned. So I'm sorry, I can't do it. It's not going to happen. But again, the whole point of these streams, if you're watching, you can watch the stream and watch along me talking about the stream. Or if you can't watch it for whatever reason, then you can just listen to me waffle. So it's all good. It's all good. What I don't understand is, like, no one's on track. Why don't you just put Alex out now? Like, give him a chance to set, like, I don't know, man. I'm sure, like, look, listen, I'm not educated in these matters. So yeah, Alex is going out now. Everyone's going out now, actually. So time to set another time, everyone. Come on. Fuck's sake, Alex, sort it out, man. ASG, you are my favourite YouTuber. Thank you, Ash. That's very kind of you. I appreciate that. I just make videos that I think are fun. Hey Tom, how's Minton? Minton is good. Oh, Quinn. Quinn, I read your message without looking at your name. He's good. How's Ollie? Miss Ollie. Ollie must be struggling with the amount of hair he has, because it's so hot right now. But at least you've got like the coastal breeze where you are, so it's all good. Stream is faster than Ferrari. It's probably still lagging, isn't it? Of course it is. Right, anyway, everyone's on their outlaps now. I'm getting so stressed, man. What, like, honestly, when I think about it, like, with football, why do I support West Ham? It's just stress. It's just constant stress and taking L's. And then with F1, I support Alex. He's my favourite driver. And it's just stress. And it's just stress. And it's just L's. Constantly. I don't know why I do it to myself. But he's got the pace. I know he does. Collins Kim, please do a shout out to Kenya. Shout out Kenya. You're welcome. So, currently, we've got... Oh, hello. My feed's gone proper laggy now. We've got... Yeah, in the danger zone. So, Latifi's going to be out. Gio and Raikkonen going to be out, I think. I mean, fair play Grosjean. He's put that P12 above Vettel. But obviously, everyone's on their laps now. The problem is, this is what I mean. Like, one person has a crash, and all of a sudden, these... as things are, is where it's sticking. You know what I mean? Kvyat's coming round now anyway. Kvyat is... Oh, Kvyat and Gasly are comfortable at the minute as well. They're right up there. So, that's good to see. I want to see the AlphaTauris do well. As much as I don't really rate their livery, I do want to see them do well. But also, apparently, Kvyat's blowout was not the reason of the tyre. It wasn't like a tyre failure, his blowout. So he must have hit debris or something for the tyre to go as quickly and spectacularly as it did. Oh, right. I'm not looking at the chat because chat's going to spoil it. Oh, my God. Alex, please get out. Oh, my God. Oh, he's gone P3. Okay, we're all good. Alex is P3. Honestly, the stress. He's gone 1/1000th faster than Max did. Oh, the stress. I can't do this to myself anymore. Oh, right. Watch the live timings. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the feed. Oh, literally. I've got this like, you know that... oh. Whew. Yes, Alex. Come on. If Alex qualifies top 3, I might actually cry. Just with relief more than anything for him finally... Yes. Oh. And it's... The delay between that is a good 30 seconds on my stream. So, again, keep your eye on this on the left-hand side. That's going to update quicker than me actually talking. But obviously, I'm going to look at that more than anything else. Right. Yeah, so... Mate, Kvyat. Fuck. Bruh, that Alfa Romeo, man. What has happened to that Sauber? Sauber never, like... Mate, Sauber needs to bring BMW back. Because that combination was amazing back in the day. But at the moment, they're just absolute dog. Honestly. But yeah, it looks like Georgie Boy's got through. And Grosjean goes through as well. Comfortably. Right, fair play, Roman, man. Fair play. Kev didn't make it. Roman's got pace on his day. Actually, yeah, because Roman's over 0.7 of a second ahead of Magnussen, which I'm surprised about, because I do think Magnussen's got more pace. Kvyat's not happy. Oh, Kvyat's fuming. Kvyat is not he's gesticulating heavily in his car. He's gone full Italian with all that, but there we go. Albon out qualifies Verstappen. I know it's only Q1, but still. I'll take it, alright? I'll take it. Right, anyway. I'm gonna fill up my drink, because Q1 is over. So, just play amongst yourselves, be nice to each other, and where's my be right back screen? There we go. I'll see you in a minute. Right, bada boom, bada bing. So, let's go through the. Hang on. My computer's lagging bare loads, man, because it's so hot. My laptop you might be able to hear the fan that I've got behind my laptop. It struggles a lot with heat dissipation anyway, let alone when it's 32 degrees in the UK. So there you go. But anyway, let's go through. Oh yeah, Daniel hit that new curb bad, and it broke something himself as well. So they've got to be careful on that, man. But anyway, so Valtteri P1, Lewis P2, Alex P3, Max P4, Pierre. Honestly, Pierre did the same time as Max. I know it's only Q1. He did exactly the same time as Max Verstappen in the AlphaTauri. Pierre Gasly, honestly, mate. Someone needs to snap him up. Seriously. Pierre Gasly is different gravy. He's quality. He's quality. That Red Bull tenure was not representative of his talent. Marcus Ho, is it an XPS 15? Yes, it is. How do you know that? That's very strange. I've mentioned it, to be fair, before. But there you go. Oh, what stopped? Someone said something stopped. Oh no. What's happened? I think the stream briefly stopped. But there you go. Yeah, Pierre's quality, man. Pierre is quality. I'm just thinking, like, who would... So, Mercedes, they've got George Russell wide up for that second seat. And Lewis is going to be going for a good... I reckon we'll get 5 more years out of Lewis. I really do. Before... And I can't see Lewis dropping down to a lower team. I think he would just exit the sport, because he's got so many other things that he loves to do. He's got a lot of other passion projects and that. And then Ferrari, obviously Charles. If it doesn't work out with Carlos, they still do have a lot of young, like Schwartzman. I think looking at Schwartzman's performances, he could be nailed on for that seat long term. Obviously Renault, again, I think that's probably the best opportunity, the best chance of him getting to that kind of seat. McLaren could snatch Gasly. McLaren could, yeah. If obviously Ricciardo and Norris, you still think Ricciardo's got a lot of years left in him as well. Trust me, Lewis is 35. We forget, Lewis Hamilton's 35. Seb is 32. He's got 3 years older than Seb. Ricciardo and Bottas are both 30. Like, 5 years between Ricciardo and Lewis. You wouldn't know it, like, looking at them, would you? You wouldn't think there's 5 years between them. Ilott as well, yeah, that's the thing. I think Schwartzman is the best, but Ilott is also very good. I'm sorry. I know I'm lagging like crazy. The internet's not doing me any favours today. I do apologise. Hopefully the audio's still alright, even if the video feed's being a bit choppy. But there you go. Yeah, I think honestly, Pierre's my driver of the season so far. Genuinely, he really is. Like, he's getting everything out of that AlphaTauri. He really is. Like, I think Kvyat. I don't rate Kvyat that much, to be honest. I think he's one of the weaker drivers on the grid, but he does have a lot of experience. He's he's proven. He on his day, he's got his podiums for a reason. But Pierre's just absolutely nailing it, man. He's absolutely killing it. And fair play to him, man. Fair play to Pierre Gasly. I'm a big fan of his. Right. Do you use Streamlabs or OBS? I use Streamlabs. I use Streamlabs OBS because it's much more user-friendly. I think my internet's just playing up today. I need to have a word with British Telecom. Not good enough. I think I might look into potentially changing, but because you have to sign a massive contract when you do the internet, and in the UK at least, and we were stuck. We had to go with BT. I'm just waffling now because this flat is like a new build, so we had to go with BT. There was no choice to go with anyone else, which is a load of crap, but is what it is. Harris Buzmanis, hey, what did I miss? Kvyat, Magnussen, Latifi, Giovinazzi and Raikkonen are all out in Q1. So both Alphas out. Russell yet again gets through to Q2. Sebastian was... Right, I didn't even clock that. So Sebastian was P14 and Charles was P13. So the Ferraris got a bit lucky. The quickest Ferrari engine car in Q1 was Romain Grosjean. That's mad. Alright, so Lewis and Valtteri are both going mediums because they're Mercedes, so they can. I like the little, if you haven't seen, they've got little horseshoe logos, which I believe Sterling Moss used to have on his car. It's like a good luck charm. Now, obviously, last time Mercedes tried to do something referencing the past, and it all went tits up at Hockenheim, didn't it? So hopefully that won't happen again. But there you go. Max is... What are we following? See, you know how Max gets proper triggered whenever... Yeah, because what's going on here? So Lando's let Max pass. Okay. Yeah. Because you know when Max gets fuming at anyone who like blocks him ever so slightly. He had a pop at... Who did he have a pop at? Stroll in FP3. But I wonder if that was Lando, whether he'd like curtail his aggression at all. Because he's fuming. Wait, Verstappen on hards? Right, really? I didn't clock that. I wasn't looking at... He's not on screen at the minute, but I didn't see that. But Verstappen on hards, apparently. Wow. Brave. Maybe they're just going for a mad strat, and if he doesn't get into Q3, then it's not the end of the world, maybe. But Lewis is just starting his quick lap now. Grosjean has gone P1, so just end the session now, please. See, it's funny because typically when I do these streams, when I've done these before, the quality's been fine. There's been no lagging, and my video feed has been fine, no lagging. But this is lagging all over the place. So you're not the only one dealing with a poor quality stream. I do apologise. And YouTube's lying to me. It's saying it's excellent stream health. Why are you lying to me, YouTube? Just be honest, okay? Just be honest with me. Honesty is always the best policy. So who do we think? Do we think both... Here's my call. Here's my shout. I am saying both Ferraris out in Q2. That's my left field shout. But no, what were you all thinking? Yeah, Ocon goes P1 briefly, and then Lewis beats it by a second. And then Valtteri takes half a second off of Lewis. Jesus. Chill out, Valtteri, man. It's only Q2. Calm down. Ricciardo P3. That Renault's got pace, man. That Renault has got pace. Cannot doubt that. You know what? I'm still genuinely on the come down from the anxiety that Alex being P18 in Q1 up until the last minute was giving me. I still haven't quite recovered from that, honestly. Anyway, Lando comes round. Right, what we saying? So again, we haven't seen times from everyone. Neither of the Ferraris have set a time yet. I think, again, judging on Q1, the Ferraris are going to struggle. I do think they're going to struggle. But Ricciardo, I mean, look, and listen, let's jump back to my predictions. I'm saying Lewis P1, Max P2. This is my final predictions at the end of Q3. Lewis P1, Max P2, Valtteri P3. Biggest turn up, Ricciardo, who's currently P3 in Q2. And biggest letdown, Carlos, who's P10 in Q2. So I could be on for a massive W. Not going to lie, but we'll see. We shall see, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Hope you're all well. Thank you again. We've got almost 1,000 viewers today. Love it. Love this. Nico went very wide there onto the new... I think the drivers are taking kind of liberties with that new curb, whereas they should really just be approaching it as they used to that corner. But that's gonna fuck up a few cars. I mean, Nico might have come out with damage because you're going so quickly into that section to then hit a fat off curb. That's bound to cause a bit of trouble. But anyway, my stream of the quali's gone to a bloody PowerPoint presentation, literally. And we still haven't seen the time. Vettel's on a quick lap now, as is Charles. So they're putting theirs in now. So they've waited for maybe the circuit to kind of rubber in a little bit. But Ferrari need to pick it up, man. I mean, look. What are we saying? Who's going out in Q2? Who's going out in Q2? I'm saying both Ferraris. I'm saying Russell. I'm saying Roman. And I'm saying Nico. Maybe Carlos. You know what? No. I'm saying Carlos, Roman, both Ferraris, and George Russell. That's what I'm saying out in Q2. I'll probably be very wrong. Seb puts it P10, which is 2 thousandths slower than Gasly. It's fine. That's the thing, man. To be fair, this midfield battle that Ferrari find themselves in, the margins are so fine. So fine. The difference, like we saw it last week, the difference between P3 Max and P12 Alex was like 0.34 of a second, whatever it was. It was less than half a second. The margins are tight as you like. But there you go. So, what we saying, everyone? What we saying? Go Red Bull. I'm a fan of Red Bull. Nah, Charles will get to Q3. Vettel has no pace. Leclerc went 4th. Any confirmation of Vettel going to Aston Martin next year? No, but I think it's happening. Also, there was a... Oh, yeah, Charles goes P4. Fair play, Charles. Credit where credit's due. There was an interview I saw, Ziggo Sport, the Dutch channel. Shout out any... Thank you very to all my Dutchy fans watching. But, yeah, he did an interview with Ziggo, and they asked him, literally, because your Dutch media is the best, man. You can swear. The interviews just ask what they want. Like, they ask the actual fans they ask the question that fans actually want to hear answers for. And he said, like, literally, he said, shit happens. If I do lose my seat, then so be it. Like, he wasn't confident by the sounds of it at all that he's keeping his seat. Which obviously, because, look, logically, you got to drop Stroll, get Vettel in. And Vettel-Perez is an amazing combination to launch this new partnership. Pierre goes very wide on that as well. Oof. Those poor cars, man, taking an absolute beating on that new curb. The drivers aren't used to it, so I guess that's why. But yeah, maybe Stroll will lose his seat. Obviously, as much as I'm a fan of Stroll, like, of course, if you're going to look at... Perez is obviously a better driver than Stroll, clearly. It would be a shame for Stroll, but I think he could get an opportunity. I think his dad would help him get a seat. You know what? I could see him going to Haas and replacing, because he's got that Ferrari connection. He was a Ferrari driver academy kid coming through. I could see Roman leaving Haas and Stroll taking his old place. That's what I could see happening. But we will see. Right, anyway, so let's have a look at the timing board. So at the moment in the drop zone, Russell hasn't even set a time. I don't know if George is even going to... Oh, so George is on track on his own. So he's got clean... Yeah, he's got a clean bit of track to go into. So I guess he's going to go for a pinger of a lap now. Go on, Georgie boy. Get it, son. Get it. I wasn't sure if they're going to bother, because I guess something like... For a team like Williams, it might make sense to just not bother with Q2. If you can just get through, have a bit of track position, and then consolidate your tyres. Oh yeah, Williams repping Umbro as well. Williams got a nice Umbro collaboration now. Well, not collaboration, but they're going to do all their technical stuff. So I'm looking forward to seeing... Because Umbro make decent stuff nowadays. I know they're a bit of a joke when I was younger. Like, if you wore Umbro football boots, you'd definitely get bullied. But, like, they make decent stuff now. Obviously do the West Ham kits, which not biased, but they actually make some really cool stuff. So I'm interested to see the Williams team gear, because the best team gear, not gonna lie, it's Renault, because they've got Lacoste Sportif, who make pinging stuff. I love the Renault team gear, and obviously Umbro, I think stepping up for Williams. Let's see what George's boy's going to put in. George goes P. Where the hell is he? P12. Again, he won't get out of Q2, but he put himself... Look how close it is. He's only not even a tenth behind Vettel, and quicker than Sainz, quicker than Hulkenberg. George has got pace, man. George has got pace. Like, objectively, you look at the situation, you think, that guy is quick, man. He's quick. But there you go. So, again, what we saying? What we thinking? Who's gonna go out in Q2? Has Williams been bought yet? Not as far as I'm aware, Josh. Haven't heard. Ooh, that's a red tyre for Sebastian Vettel. Interesting. So that is a hard compound, which would have last week been a medium compound, because again they've made them all a step lower this week. Interesting. Very interesting strap from Ferrari. Yeah, obviously Vettel's in the drop zone at the minute, so Seb needs to improve. Otherwise he's out of here. So we've got Valtteri, Lewis, Daniel, Charles, Max, Lance, Alex, Lando, Esteban, Pierre, Sebastian, George, Carlos, Nico, and Roman Grosjean. Yeah, we've got two minutes on the clock left, everyone. Verstappen's still in the game. Yeah, I think some of the... I mean, like the Mercedes boys, they are out. Lewis is on track. I don't really... What's the point? No one else is going to get to low 26s. Unless Track Evolution just does a mad one. Alex is out, just behind Lewis. That would be jokes if Alex just like punted Lewis off just for no reason. Revenge is sweet. So drop zone is Vettel, Russell, Carlos, Sainz, Nico Hulkenberg, and Roman Grosjean. Quick laps are beginning now. So that is Lando. Lando's starting his quick lap now. Ooh, Woman Grosjean. Revenge of the Alex. Red Bull soft, not hard, so super soft, no. I don't think... Have they got super... You know, man, I don't... I appreciate certain technical sides to F1, but a lot of it just I can't be arsed with, if I'm brutally honest. Right, keep an eye on those timings on the left-hand side of the screen. Again, supplied by Cranky Yankee, the greatest American Formula 1 YouTuber in the world. Give him some love. If you don't know Cranky, you're missing out. His content is unreal. He's at about 80-something K, I think, or high 70s. He deserves a lot more attention. But anyway, lap times are coming in thick and fast now. So Pierre goes to P4. Daniel P5. I don't know if his time actually come through yet. So Lando's again. I'm not looking at the screen so much. My end. Carlos is looking at risk, as is Sebastian. Ooh, hello. Right, tension now. Look, you'll know who I'm just focusing. I'm just focusing on one person. Alex, all right, puts it in P6. I think that'll do. That'll do the job, surely. That'll definitely do the job, man. Yeah. Time's coming through thick and fast now. Q2 is over. I think everyone's set a time now. I believe. Unless Lando and Esteban can improve. I think that's it. I think that is it. Right, Lewis is such a... Mate, Nico P2. Tell you what, Nico is on it, man. Out qualifies Stroll. I know it's only again only Q2. There you go. Lando is out. Both McLarens out. Q2. That is the story. Seb's out, but again, are we surprised that Ferrari's had no pace? But Charles does get through. Charles gets through in P8. Again, Charles wasn't that comfortable either. Max was a bit nervy. Jesus. Oh, wait, no, Lando is through. Sorry. So I thought P10 was out, but it's not. Lando squeezes through. Esteban's out. Carlos, listen. Hey, look. Let's go back to my predictions. Let down. Carlos. Called it. Told you he'd struggle, man. Told you. Again, fair play, George. Getting through to Q3. Q2. What's wrong with me today, man? I can't talk. Esteban's out as well, which is a bit of a shame to see. And yeah, Vettel, man. Vettel can't catch a break at the minute, man. I feel for Seb. He cannot catch a break. Because again, Charles was only... Okay, so Charles was like 3 tenths quicker than Seb, which is quite a bit. But again, there's a lot of talk of, are their cars different? Maybe. Alex out qualifies Max again. I know, it doesn't matter, it's Q2. No one actually cares. Nico splitting the Mercedes. Well, I think Nico's time proves that, you know, P1 in Q3 will be a low 125, I think. But then again, obviously, yeah. And I think like the midfield, low 126s. But yeah, Ocon, Vettel, Sainz, Romain Grosjean and George Russell all depart in Q2. Ricardo P. You know what, man? McLaren with the 200 IQ. Because look, I think it's objectively true, right? If you agree with me that Ricardo is better than Sainz, type yes. If you disagree, type no. Because for me, it's a no-brainer. For me, Ricardo's just behind kind of the top. Ricardo's like top 5 drivers on the grid, 100%. And I mean, Gasly's underrated. Gasly P4, man. Gasly just doing bits again and again. Pierre. But that's the thing. Red Bull had no choice but to drop him really last year because the results were shocking. But this is like, the driver is only as good as the car he is given. You could make that argument for Seb as well. That's what I mean. Like, it's not just him. That car is just... that Ferrari is just off it. It's off its job, man. And Seb just... it's an impossible task for him. But like, Pierre, man, he's taking the AlphaTauri and doing bits with it way beyond where that realistically should be. Absolute bits. So, Pierre Gasly's, man, putting himself in the shop window. Honestly, it really is. Yeah, they're yeses, left, right and centre. I'm just seeing yeses constantly. So I think like McLaren have massively benefited from that deal, man. Because Carlos Sainz is very good in race. Qualifying, not quite. And I did call that. as I always like to remind you, I did call that in January that Carlos would go to Ferrari. But, I don't know, man. His performances haven't quite been up there. I mean, look maybe he's only 0.2 slower. 0.2? Yeah, 0.2 slower than Lando. And fine margins, man. Again, fine margins in the field. Very, very fine margins. But here we go, everyone. Q3 is upon us very shortly. I hope we're all enjoying our day. It's an interesting little session. I might just put my headphone in, actually, so I can hear a little bit what's going on. Because it's weird, like, talking to you lot naturally whilst also trying to listen to this. So it's, yeah, that's why I don't do it. But yeah, let's have a back look at my predictions. So I'm saying for Q3, I'm saying Lewis will put it pole. I'm saying Max will put it P2. And I'm saying Valtteri will put it P3. Now, didn't Max go out on hards? Is that a thing? Did that? I'm pretty sure I said that, didn't I? That Max went out on hards. So he's maybe saved a good set of tyres for the race. Again, I think Max strategy could be a ting-a-ling. You know what I mean? Valtteri P3, and then biggest surprise, Daniel. I think Pierre's going to be up there as well. I could see Pierre going top 6. I think Pierre top 6. That's actually my shout for this. Pierre top 6. That's what I'm saying. But yeah, P1, 2, and 3. Lewis, Max, Valtteri. I'm still pretty confident with those predictions. But obviously, let me know what you think. 1,243. Where were you lot at the start of the stream? Come on. You've just come for the... when it all goes off in Q3. That is shown on screen. So Lewis has got 91 poles. Schumacher in second has got 68. Senna, 65. 91! Look, listen. Talk to me all you like about Lewis having the fastest car. Didn't Michael have the fastest car? Didn't Ayrton have the fastest car for most of their careers? Yes. Lewis didn't always have the fastest car. He won his first title in 2008, didn't win his second until 2014. But he always put himself up there. Nah, man. Respect on Lewis's name, man. Greatest to ever do it, if you ask me. But we've all got an opinion on it, and that's fine. Pillar, more races per year now. Good point. But still, 30 more. Oh, okay, not 30. Sorry. Carlos is walking, and he's got his helmet balanced on the top of his head, and it looks well funny. It looks like from the back he's got a really long neck. That is jokes. But yeah, anyway, thank you everyone again for tuning in. I do appreciate it. VTech Kitinho. Right, I mean, fair play, like Honda Power Unit, doing bits for Pierre, both the Red Bulls. Daniel Kvyat. I'm sorry, Daniel is not going to be in that seat next year. Alright, okay, here's a question. Who could be in that AlphaTauri realistically next year? So, Driver Academy, you've got Yuki Tsunoda, you've got Jehan Daruvala, both doing pretty well in F2. Tsunoda's my favourite F2 driver. I don't know why, he seems so nice and wholesome. But literally nothing to do with his performances. But his performances have been pretty decent, all in all. Yes, not at the level of Schwartzman and Ilott, but he's set some, like, he's been top of the table in terms of like practice and quali and that a few times now. So I think he deserves a shout for that. But who could take that AlphaTauri seat instead of Kvyat? Because Kvyat's not going to keep that seat next year. No way. No way. I would be absolutely baffled if he did. But yeah, who could take that realistically? Vips, yeah, shouts for Vips. So Vips is in Super Formula, isn't he? But I don't know, is that season start? I don't follow Super Formula, so I'm not sure. But obviously, if you can get the Super License points and smash Super Formula, because Yuri Vips is a talent, absolutely. Vips and Tsunoda. But the reason I think Tsunoda, as well as Tsunoda, I do think Tsunoda's got a lot of pace. But also, Honda, Japanese driver, that connection, I think will definitely stand in Yuki's favour. Snowden, maybe Drogovic. Yeah, Drogovic is... what academy is Drogovic in? He's in an academy, isn't he? I don't know, actually. Maybe not. No, he's Brazilian, isn't he, Drogovic? And he's actually been really good this year. Daruvala, Ragunathan, no. Lord Mahavir. I've spoken to Josh about this. I'm like, Josh, you've created a monster. You know that. You created an absolute monster in terms of Lord Mahavir. Oh, brilliant. Vip's not ready for F1 yet, maybe. Camera, test driver. Yeah, Camera's in FE as well, isn't he, at the minute? Joe from Renault. What is it, like snap Joe up from Renault? I think Red Bull, honestly, right, what I think Red Bull should do is whichever Ferrari driver academy. So, say for example, and by the way, Q3 started, but obviously no one's set time yet. Whichever Ferrari driver gets the seat ahead of Giovinazzi, which I think is bound to happen, because I think Hülkenberg could get the other seat at Alfa Romeo. I think it could be Hülkenberg and then Schwartzman potentially, or Eilert. I think whichever of the Ferrari drivers out of Eilert, Schwartzman, and I do rate Armstrong, doesn't get that Alfa Romeo seat, Red Bull should jump on him. Helmut Marko should slide into their DMs, which is quite a horrific image. Not gonna lie, you know what I mean. That would be jokes. Perez. Well, I think Stroll's going to get replaced. I honestly think Stroll will lose his seat. I think Stroll will go to Haas. I think Roman will be out. But remains to be seen. Anyway, the times are coming through thick and fast. So Lewis does a low 125 straight out the bat. Ricciardo low 126. Again, I felt like those were the times that we were going to be seeing. Bottas. I can't see anyone else getting into the 25s. Okay, yeah, maybe Max. But Max did a 126.4. But actually, yeah, because Max is on... I'm confused, man, with the tyre compounds and that. Because I'm seeing Bottas on red tyres, which I thought was hards. I don't know, man. Look, listen, everyone just ignore me. Just look at Cranky Yankee's lovely table on the left-hand side of the screen. That'll tell you all you need to know. Right? So... And we've got buffering issues again. Of course we have. Of course we have. Why would Mick Schumacher go to AlphaTauri? That's not going to happen. Ferrari ain't going to let him go. No chance. No chance. Perez. Oh, interesting. Perez has to go. Stroll has been performing better, and it's his dad's team. Yeah, but it's only been like a couple of races. And has he really been performing better? I don't know. Oh, Nico goes wide again on that. No, that curb at Chapel, man, is reeting. Reeting's not even a word. It's yeeting these cars, man. So, what are we saying? Lewis, Valtteri, Daniel Ricciardo, Nico Hülkenberg, Max Verstappen, Alex Albon, Charles Leclerc, Lance Stroll, Pierre Gasly, Lando Norris. Nico, man. Nico. And Nico is putting himself in that shop window, isn't he? Seriously, a team like Haas would benefit so much from having a driver of Nico's experience and quality. Absolutely. Absolutely. They would. They just would. Nico's yes, he's made mistakes. Oh, okay, so, Verstappen and Albon both set their times on mediums. And I believe... Yeah, Lewis set his time on a soft. Mercedes can just chill now, man. They've already set their P1 and P2. No one's going to get close to low 125s. Real talk, I don't see it happening. So, Max on the radio. What's he saying? I didn't hear anything. Daniel Ricciardo third. Well, he said it. You know what? Daniel said it, didn't he? He said, he was like, we've got a good chance of going P3 here. We've got a good chance of going P3. And he's number 3. He's arguably top 3 drivers on the grid. I think you could make that argument. We'll see. Did any pay mods today? No, Fred is the only pay mod. Tictum. Well, Tictum's Williams, isn't he? So once George leaves to Mercedes, which is not going to happen next year, but will happen in 2022 probably, that could be a thing. Gabriel, I'm a Hamilton fan, but this is really boring dominance. Real talk it is, man. But this is why I'm so, with everything, obviously, look, it makes sense to delay the rule changes till 2022, but man, because I'm really confident that would shake up the field massively and just make the racing a lot closer. Even if Mercedes is still at the top, they won't be at the top by the margins that they are at the minute. Hulk needs podium. I mean, we all want to see that. What about Artem Markelov for AlphaTauri? Lumberjack. Isn't Artem... He's a bit older now, right? He's not young. Let me check. Everyone's in the pits, by the way, so that's why I'm just waffling, because no one's actually setting times yet. Artem Markelov. Artem he's 25. So again, for an F2 driver, when you look at the likes of Lando getting his promotion at 19, Charles getting his promotion at 20, whatever it was, Max getting his promotion at 17, 25 just feels a bit late. I don't know. I think they've got other options that they'll probably take. Jack Aitken to AlphaTauri. Jack, didn't he? I haven't actually looked at the F2 results, to be fair. What was the F2? Listen, I'm not the person to talk to about F2. I do. F2's the next motorsport I follow. I actually, briefly, talk about Formula E. I did try watching the Berlin Prix yesterday, but I couldn't. You know, I made my video that Daniel Apt ended up commenting on a while back about why I can't watch Formula E, but I'm still not on it. Not gonna lie, still not my cup of tea. Oh god, we've got lagging again. Apologies, everyone. I don't know why it's doing this, but we'll see. But yeah, I'm still not on the train when it comes to Formula E, I'm afraid. Okay, interesting. So right now, Ricardo's on a medium. Hulkenberg down are all on softs. Lewis and Valtteri are both on medium, as well. Interesting. Well, keep your eyes on that timing board. Again, I can't see anyone else dipping into the 125s, really. Maybe Max, but even then, I think he might just dip into it. I think, look, I was being optimistic saying that Max would split the Mercedes, because they are just mad dominant. Lewis has got 7 pole positions at Silverstone. Next is Jim Clark, Mansell, Damon Hill and Fernando Alonso all on 3. Yes, I know we've had 2 races at Silverstone, but then it would have been 6. This is still double, which is mad. Lewis is going round now, actually. Here we go. Coming to crunch time, everyone. 1 minute left in Q3. Times should start to be coming in any second now, because the sectors are lighting up like a Christmas tree. What are we saying? What's going to happen? Who's going to bottle it? Who's going to smash it? Is Alex going to get P3? Probably not. Just real talk. Right, Lewis improves on a medium. He improved his time on a medium tyre over his soft. 125.1. Valtteri goes ahead of Lewis. Rah! Fair play. Fair play, Valtteri Bottas. Valtteri Bottas, P1. Go on, the lads. Can't argue with that. Anyone else improving? Nico, P3. Jeez. Nah, come on. Nico, P3. What's going on? What's happening? It's a madness. This is crazy. Verstappen goes P4. We've still got a few more people to set times. Ricardo's P4. Hulkenberg's P3. Hulkenberg is P3. Mad. They're still set. I think everyone's. Is everyone set a time now? I'm not sure. Bottas goes P1. Mad. That's crazy. That is crazy. Hulkenberg P3. Nico. Got to be a round of applause to Nico Hulkenberg. That is the story. Mad. 126.0. No one else dropped into the 125s. No one else but Mercedes. And they're low 125s, which is stupid. But Nico Hulkenberg, P3. Mate, fair play, man. Fair play. Daniel Ricciardo, P5. That's mad. Lance Stroll, P6. Pierre Gasly, P7. Charles Leclerc, P8. Alex Albon, P9. I mean, look, he got through to Q3. It's a step in the right direction, really. But still not good enough from Alex. Lando, P10. McLaren's off their job today, but rah, Nico Hulkenberg P3. Things we love to see. Everyone could rally behind that, man. That's crazy. Fair play, Nico, man. Honestly. Talk about putting yourself in the shop window, man. In the illegal racing point as well. Everyone else gonna be so angry. And Lance Stroll P6 as well. Lance Stroll P6. Again, it's not like you kind of expect that, but also fair play. Pierre Gasly P7. Ricciardo P5. I think massive shout out to him. But yeah, Nico Hulkenberg P3. And guess who I took out of my fantasy league this morning? Yeah, I won't say anymore. Mate. Nico. That's quality, man. Things we love to see. Q3 has ended. Valtteri Bottas on pole. Pole position. Valtteri's won that pace is decent. Never question that. Lewis Hamilton P2. So less than a tenth behind Valtteri. Quite a bit less than a tenth. Nico P3. Nico Hulkenberg P3 in a racing point. Mate, everyone's going over congratulating him. Oh, mate, I'm so happy for him, man. I'm so happy for Nico. Well, look, listen, that's a prime example of class is permanent. Nico is a quality driver. P3. Max P4. I mean, he's less than a tenth behind Nico. But, again, credit to Nico, man. Massively. Daniel P5. Daniel P5, massive turn up for the books. Smashed it. Lance Stroll P6. I think that's got to be a respectable result. You know what I mean? You've got to take that, man. Got to take that as racing point. Racing point. P3 and P6 with that illegal car. Not going to be Renault. Not going to be happy. Pierre Gasly P7. Yet again, man. Pierre is on it in the AlphaTauri. Absolutely on it. Charles Leclerc P8. Just goes to show how the mighty have fallen. That he's probably extracted everything out of that Ferrari. Everything out of that Ferrari and still put it P8. Ferrari have got a long way to come, man. Vettel P12, Charles P8. You wouldn't have thought that midway through last season. You would not have thought that, would you? Alex P9. So Alex is... How far is he behind Max? He is about 0.4... About 0.5. Yeah, just under 0.5 a second behind Max. I mean, it's still not what it should be. I think it's a positive step, just him getting into Q3. And look, listen, we know he's racy. We know he'll pass cars in the race. So I'm hopeful for the race that he'll be able to get it, top 5 for sure. But still, quali, it's still not quite there for Alex. Still needs to get better there. And then Lando P10, McLarens have just had no pace this weekend for whatever reason. Big shame for them, man. Big shame for McLaren. Carlos didn't even make it into Q3. P10 and P13, they're starting. Esteban, well, he's just had one of those days, hasn't he? I mean, his Q2 time, because again he went out in Q2, was about 7 tenths behind Daniel's quickest Q3 time. I think Ocon is getting there. I do. I think he needs to make some passes in the race. He needs to be in the points. But fair play. Vettel can't catch a break, man. Vettel cannot catch a break. Literally, it's ridiculous, man. Like, he's not a P12 driver. You know what I mean? Like, Sebi's quality. Yes, he makes mistakes, but he's got pace. He's always had pace over a lap. And for him to be so far down the order, Ferrari, man. Yeah, obviously part of that's Seb's responsibility. He messed up the car yesterday going over that curb, but he was unlucky as well, you know what I mean? Carlos P13, McLaren, not on their job this weekend again. I called it, I said Carlos would be a letdown, and I think out of all those drivers, he is probably disappointed versus like expectations before going into this weekend the most. Romain Grosjean P14, tell you what, that's a great performance for him, man. That Haas is struggling. Yet him and Kevin are able to extract good times out of it every now and then. So they do have pace there somewhere. He's less than 0.2 behind Carlos in Q2, which is not the end of the world. All right, here we go. We've got Nico on the interview. I'm just going to have to listen to Nico, see what he says. Well, Paul di Resta interviewing him. What you saying, Nico? Oh, I'm so happy for him, man. I'm so happy for him. I was hoping to be a bit more like gassed, but Nico's a calm bloke. He's refined. Nico Hulkenberg. I mean, again, if he doesn't have a seat next year, this whole situation has worked out amazingly for him. Obviously, it's horrific for Sergio having to, be in the position he is. But, every cloud, and Nico has taken this opportunity, man. Even if the race goes to pot, you know what I mean? Like, putting himself P3 in qualifying. That's mad. By everyone who's jumping out, by the way. I'm going to carry on waffling for a little bit longer. Not too much longer. But yeah, Nico's very, very, he's a calm, collected character. You know what I mean? But anyway, back to the rundown. Obviously, Russell, P15 again. Georgie boy, doing bits, getting out Q1 again. Beating Daniel Kvyat. George is on it. George has got pace. What more can I say? Daniel Kvyat. Obviously, he goes over that curb, probably damaged the car, which is probably why he went out in Q1. But again, I think Daniel's performances have consistently been not at the level that they should be. And I'm going back to last year as well. Towards the end of the last year, Pierre was licking the stamp and sending him every single race, and he's doing it again this year. And Pierre's top quality, and I just think Daniel just isn't at that level. Sad to say, I don't think he'll keep that seat next year. K-Mag, P17. I mean, look, he's beaten both the Alfa Romeos and one of the Williams. So all in all, I think that's about a reflective result for Haas. Obviously, Roman's done bits, but in race, I would rely more on Kev. I feel like Kev will still come out on top above Roman in the race, but we'll see. Latifi, again, he was a second behind George's Q2 time. Look, we know that Latifi hasn't got that outright pace, but he's doing a decent job, and he beat both Alfa Romeos, and Alpha Man. And he beat Giovinazzi by 3 1,000ths, which isn't much, and he beat Kimi by 600ths. But Alfa Romeo Sauber are having they've got a bad engine. Their chassis isn't doing bits, and I don't think even like Giovinazzi's not impressed in the same way like again Charles did when he was in that seat. And I genuinely stick by this, that Kimi just hasn't got the same. He can't possibly have the same motivation to race hard like he did in his early years, because he's got Sauber are close to home. You know what I mean? Like he does it as a hobby, like he admitted himself, and I think that reflects in his performances because he doesn't have that absolute will to win that he used to. You look at someone like George; they're in similar cars, and George has got everything because he knows that the better he performs, the more chance he's going to get that Mercedes seat or just another good seat going forward. Kimi doesn't. Like there's that you can't control that. I feel like that's reflective in Kimi's performances. But there you go. We're done. Qualifying is finished. Nico Hulkenberg P3 is the story. Thank you everyone for watching. I do appreciate you all taking the time. There will not be a race stream tomorrow. I apologise. I'm just sticking to qualifying. I want to make these qualifying streams as good as they can be. I want to iron out all the creases. I want to get these on point. If anyone's got any thoughts and ideas on things that I can do, beyond obviously showing the race, because obviously I can't do that, but any thoughts that things maybe you'd like to see, maybe message me on Twitter, just like send me a tweet. I would be interested to hear if there's anything else that I can improve. Obviously we've added the timings and all that kind of stuff, which I think does help elevate the stream a little bit. But yeah, thank you everyone for watching. We're heading off now. I'm going to my mum's for the rest of the day to see some family, which will be lovely. So thank you everyone. Hope you all have a lovely day. Apologies for the lag again. I will reset the internet before I do my next stream because it has been annoyingly laggy. But there you go. Thank you everyone again. Have a good one. New video next week, coming during the week. I've started editing it. It's coming. It's a good one. I'm sure you will enjoy it. But yeah, thanks everyone again. Have a good one. Cheerio. Tatty bye-byes. Goodbye. Come and end stream. I've clicked end stream. There we go. Bye.